foundation comes first. Rely on Ramjet, the foundation repair experts for over 40 years.
Follow News 1226 on Twitter to keep informed with the latest happening near you.
From the station that's on your side, breaking news.
We begin tonight with breaking news just into our newsroom. Masks are now optional in Aiken County schools.
The district just making that announcement on Facebook, saying masks will be optional for students, faculty, and staff while they're inside school buildings. Students and bus drivers will still be required to wear masks while they're on the school bus under federal guidelines.
Also this evening, it is day 6 of the Colonial Pipeline shutdown. Still, we're seeing some pressure at the pumps.
Today, lines seem a bit more toned down as we take a live look over the lines at the Costco off Riverwatch Parkway. This is from our Sky 12 drone, but if you've been in the lines at Costco before, this is nothing.
Oh, that's like an average day, so
yeah.
Much calmer out there. Toned down compared to what we saw yesterday. Check this out. That's what Costco looked like yesterday. So long lines, the cars were backing up onto Cabela Drive and waiting to try to make a turn just to get some gas. Now, all week long, we've seen anxious drivers packing the gas stations, stocking up on fuel, but new tonight, and this is good news, Colonial says it has officially initiated the restart of that system after the ransomware attack shut things down last Friday.
So the fuel is flowing again, and while they're working to get fully back online, the U.S. Department of Energy is really pleading with everyone to keep calm. Experts saying that's the real problem here. There's no actual shortage of fuel right now. Our gas stations are just out of gas from people panic buying, which is what we've been seeing out there. But we want to send things over now to News 12's Nick Proto. He is live from the Pilot gas station off of Washington Road. Nick, it looks pretty calm there behind you. What have you seen around town today?
Well, like you guys said, this is kind of just like a normal day right now. Nothing compared to what we've seen all week, and really nothing compared to what we've seen today in the area. But that's partly because gas stations are just out of gas. Take a look at this Gas Buddy app you can get in the App Store. You see this symbol here. It says no gas. This shows you all the gas stations in our area. Just look how many are without fuel. A lot of them, the pumps have run dry. And officials tell me that's not because of a nationwide shortage. That's just because people are buying more than they normally do.
It's panic buying that we're seeing going on right now, similar to what we saw with toilet paper last year.
Panic buying that Susie Spurgeon says isn't necessary.
There's no reason to fill up a whole bunch of extra containers. Every vehicle you have, even if you don't use it, Colonial will get the pipeline up and running very soon.
In the meantime, some stations like Bodie's downtown are only allowing people to get $20 of gas at a time.
We want to let them get as much as they want, but we had to put a limit on the gas because too many people kept coming in trying to fill up.
In a briefing today, Georgia state leaders addressed price gouging. Attorney General Chris Carr says gas stations cannot charge more for gas than they did before Governor Kemp declared a state of emergency.
It's important to note, however, that prices may go up due to a verifiable increase in the cost of new stock or the cost to transport it.
Officials in both states emphasize this shouldn't be a long-term issue and say only buy what you need.
If something changes and we are told that this is not going to be a short-term problem, we will message that, but we are not getting anything other than that message right now.
I'm not worried. I know that Colonial Pipeline will have that pipeline up and running here very quickly.
And as we know now, that pipeline is up and running again. Governor Kemp also says he's been in touch with the Georgia Cyber Center to make sure the state is not under threat of a possible cyber attack. And as of right now, there is no threat, so some more good news there. So again, just buy what you need, and this whole thing should be over shortly. Guys.
Good news all the way around. Nick Poto there from Riverwatch Parkway in the Pilot Station. And we are hearing from a lot of you today about price gouging in our area. If you're on the Georgia side, you can report a case by calling this number on the screen, or you can do this online, consumer.ga.gov. In South Carolina, you can email your complaint to pricegouging@scag.gov. All this information is on our website and the WRDW app.
Taking a look outside now on a rainy...
Take a look at in your first alert forecast.
The coldest spot in the country. That is a very rare thing, Riley. Thank you. Well, the doors are almost open on Columbia County's new Performing Arts Center. We've been seeing this thing come along, and while the outside is great and very beautiful, tonight we're getting our first look at what all is inside. News 12's Kennedy Harris is live from the center. So, Kennedy, we're eager. Tell us how it looks in there. And unfortunately, Kennedy is really leaving us on the cliffhanger because we cannot hear her audio, but she was going to tell us that this has been a 5-year project that cost just shy of $40 million. And today, here it is. We're giving you a look inside. Gorgeous entryway, just stunning light fixtures there. 85,000 square feet, 2,100 seats, and multiple rooms for a lot of different types of events. That's what you'll find inside of there. The Columbia County's brand new Performing Arts Center.
Can you hear me
Officials call
now?
it the center of it all. We can hear you, Kennedy.
I think the mute flipped.
I think her mute. She's trying to talk to us, but we are going to keep going. They say not only will this center help fill the desire for performance art, it'll also bring more people to the area and increase the county's sales tax income. The center's general manager says the goal is to draw people in from across the region for concerts and performances, but it'll also be a stage for community events. That opening was originally planned for January, but we all know supply shortages pushed all of that back until now. But officials say this timing worked out even better.
Honestly, with COVID and everyone practicing social distancing and us living through that for the last year, I think the timing, it's kind of worked out. It's worked out well as restrictions are starting to be lifted and we're about to launch and reopen the theater and get it open.
All right, sorry about that. We were having some technical difficulties, but this weekend, this Friday, actually, you can get your own look inside for the first time. That will be at the official ribbon-cutting ceremony. It will be held right outside the doors at 10 a.m.
Exciting times for Columbia County, really the whole region. Kennedy, thanks for giving us a peek inside. And the first official event in the center will be a local dance recital this Saturday, and we're told much larger shows will happen in the fall. Still too early to give out any specifics on the performers, but we will keep you posted.
Also this evening, an update to a story we first brought you here last night on News 12 at 6 o'clock. We're learning more about a second lawsuit against a local Airbnb owner. The first suit accuses Riviere, the owner of this Airbnb near downtown Aiken, of hiding a secret camera in the bedroom. The second suit now makes similar claims, accusing him of recording a 16-year-old during her stay at a different Airbnb he owns in town. Both lawsuits seeking compensation for damages and requesting jury trials. At this point, no criminal charges have been made. Georgia considering cutting pandemic-related unemployment benefits after South Carolina just decided to end those benefits starting June 30th.
While unemployment continues to be a problem here at home and across the country, we're starting to see a shift in the kinds of jobs people are actually looking for. As News 12's Will Rio reports, it's something experts say they've never seen before.
Well, signs like these are posted on billboards and local businesses all around town. They're looking for any kind of help they can get. Local headhunters say that this is a sign of the shift that we're starting to see in many of our local industries across the CSRA.
Right now, it is not where we were 2 years ago.
Help wanted and now hiring. Scripted across signs seems like a new company slogan these days.
Applications are definitely down across the board. I hear that from my competitors and people all over the nation as well.
Isaac Kelly is the vice president of Augusta Staffing Job Search. He's used to helping 150 to 200 people a day. Now, he says, it's more like 30 to 60.
It's unemployment benefits as well as just people not wanting to work. It's a mix of childcare versus schedule availability.
Now we're seeing a massive shift in the hospitality and food and bev industries. People originally working in those jobs moved to higher paying ones during the pandemic, leaving a major gap.
Those people had to go to work, so they took the positions that were available at the warehouses and the manufacturing and distribution and logistics and stuff like that in our area. And now all of those positions are open and nobody wants to take it.
And most people are shifting what jobs they're looking for on Indeed and ZipRecruiter.
60 to 70% of those people are looking for remote work from home. And only about 9% of those jobs are actually available for work from home.
He says companies are doing anything to get people in the doors.
We've already seen a massive increase in wages just to be more attractive for the positions that are open. But we've also seen sign-on bonuses, attendance incentives, just to get people in the door and get the work done.
Now they say that this workforce shortage is something that's not permanent here. They say Augusta is known for recovering quickly from these types of things. They expect this to last for another 4 to 6 months. Reporting in Augusta, Will Rio, on your side.
Pretty interesting, but the city of Grovetown is now offering a $3,000 signing bonus for its police officers. That announcement just came from Mayor Gary Jones last night, and we reached out to the former public safety chief about the reasons behind that bonus. He tells News 12 there are many of them, including the danger of the job, today's climate surrounding law enforcement, low pay, and long hours. He says the city is not in desperate need of officers, but he wants to set a bar by raising the level of recruiting.
In Aiken, there's a renewed push right now to fight gang violence.
The sheriff's office and the city department of public safety are making moves to try to up their game when it comes to keeping crime off the streets.
News 12's Brady Trapnell live with us in the studio. And Brady, what kind of new efforts are we talking about here?
Well, Richard, the sheriff spoke with county council last night asking for 4 new gang investigators. Aiken Public Safety is asking for 1. Both agencies say they plan to work together every day to stop gang violence.
We're going to figure out who you are. We're coming to get you.
This was the message from Sheriff Michael Hunt back in 2019 to area gangs after the murder of Melisha Jackson and her 1-year-old son, Elijah. Nearly 2 years later, and the violence is becoming more common.
Prevention is very tough.
Captain Nick Gallum with the Aiken County Sheriff's Office says they need 4 dedicated gang investigators, a position the agency doesn't have.
Where we do have gang violence issues or gang activity issues, those investigators would saturate those areas.
But the violence isn't just in the county. Last month, 18-year-old Joseph Copeland died after being shot on Kershaw Street.
Gangs are starting to grow and they're starting to recruit younger age individuals.
Captain Martin Sawyer with Aiken Public Safety says they expect council to approve hiring a gang investigator this summer, helping track known suspects, cars they drive, and places they hang out.
If you get a description of a car or something like that, then we may know who we're dealing with ahead of time.
They say intelligence is the key, and it's best when agencies work together.
We'll work with them on a daily basis because, unlike law enforcement, criminals and gang members don't have jurisdictional boundaries. They go where they want to go.
And Sheriff Hunt asked for those investigators in the first reading of the budget, but County Council said no. He came back and asked again last night. The second reading of the budget is set for June 1st.
Brady, thanks a lot. A major announcement today from University Hospital. The healthcare system says it's entering a partnership with Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont has a dozen hospitals statewide from Atlanta to Athens, Columbus, and Macon. We asked the president and CEO of University Hospital the reason behind this merge, and he says it comes down to money.
Hospitals are under the gun right now, and that's forcing us to consolidate and do things differently. At the end of the day, this is about ensuring that people in Augusta, Georgia have care for the next 20 years at a fine organization with good facilities and great technology and great caregivers. And we think this does that for this community.
In fact, sources at university tell us no employees will lose jobs because of this new partnership, and patients will still continue seeing their favorite university doctors.
Well, we did see a big cool down.
All new from the I-Team tonight, mental health hospitalizations more than doubling during the pandemic in the Augusta region. Laura Warren joins us now with what she's uncovered about this.
Well, there are no local inpatient mental health facilities in Augusta. There is one in Aiken through Aiken Regional. So if someone has a mental health crisis in Richmond or Columbia counties, Gold Cross will respond and transfer that person out of the area. Transports happen by ambulance if someone threatens self-harm or violence. Those transports are how we measured the mental health crisis right here at home. And here's what we found. Before the pandemic in 2019, Gold Cross tells our I-Team they made 208 total transports to mental health facilities. In 2020, that number jumped to 424 transports. That's an increase of 103%. Even more concerning, Gold Cross has made 343 transports from January to March of this year alone. So more in the first quarter of 2021 than all of 2019. The vice president of Gold Cross tells us the entire system feels the strain.
Obviously, this pandemic has totally done a number on our healthcare industry, from the hospitals to the EMS to doctors' offices. Everyone's struggled. People are burned out. Response times, there are occasions where you have a longer response time, and it could be a multitude of things.
And tomorrow, the I-Team is digging deeper into Gold Cross and its response time to 911 calls here in Augusta. Even more concerning, Liz Owens discovered the commission admits they don't have access to the internal data to track emergency response times to see if people are being put at risk. We ask why, and we follow the money. That I-Team investigation right here tomorrow night on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Well, if you or someone you know is struggling with mental health issues, the suicide prevention hotline number is right here, 800-273-8255. We've also posted local resources inside this story that you'll find on Wrdw.com. Let's look outside now as we take a live look at the
Mid-40s at Bushfield, Evans, Aiken, anywhere north of I-20. Looks to be a pretty chilly start, folks, so you will need that jacket early on. But later into the afternoon, we should be able to see at least 70 tomorrow afternoon. And then our morning lows are going to stay pretty cool. At least through Saturday morning, we're expecting to wake up in the 40s. Not until later this weekend and early next week we get back close to our seasonal averages for lows. Now, our high temperatures tomorrow should be warmer than what we're feeling today, at least hitting the low 70s tomorrow afternoon in Augusta, staying close to 70 if you do live north of I-20. With the unsettled weather we've had the past few days, good opportunity to wash the car over the next couple. Thursday and Friday, we're expecting mostly sunny afternoons. Temperatures just going to be rolling a little bit below average for us. And then on Saturday, we do have Armed Forces Day, so they're going to be celebrating Thunder over Evans on Saturday. Gates are going to open at 5:30, and we should be close to 80 by Saturday afternoon. Very nice evening on Saturday if you are heading out to that at Evans Town Center Park. Sunday, we're expecting to be just a little bit warmer, highs back into the mid-80s, and then no rain in the forecast until we get to later next week.
Riley, thanks. A local woman competes she's a chopped sweets champion, taking home the title after going on the famous TV show. But since then, Kelsey Barak has seen firsthand the struggles of the pandemic.
Now she is bouncing back in a unique way. Zayna Halliburton tells us her message for others going through a tough time.
Kelsey Barak's dream has always been to start her own business.
I love doing what I do, and I love that I followed my passion. And at 12, I told my parents, I want to be a pastry chef.
She decided to start Bottom Line Bakery after being furloughed from her job back in March of last year.
So I've wanted to be my own boss for years, and that's always been my trajectory. So getting furloughed, it was the blessing that I needed, and kind of, the kick in the butt to say, all right, go ahead and get started. Let's go. You have all the time in the world now.
Her business is something she started from home and got the word out virtually. Within just the last year, sales have grown exponentially.
People still wanted to celebrate the little occasions and Mother's Day and Easter, and they still wanted to come together with their family, and being able to provide delicious baked goods and deliver them to your door, contactless or however, and still be safe was a wonderful way to start a business.
She says this is still just the beginning.
Bringing in and offering jobs and being able to provide jobs for other people has always been my goal. I don't know if that's going to be a team of just me and one other person, or me and 5 or 10, 15 people.
Barak says starting a business is not easy, but having a plan and acting on it is important.
You're probably going to have a couple of mess-ups, but that's how we learn. And I really believe that getting over that fear of failure, but more importantly, the fear of embarrassment, is what pushed me to just keep going.
Zayna Halliburton, on your side.
Some really wise lessons in there, and she says she's in no rush to get a storefront just yet, but she is working on getting a food truck license in Columbia County, and she's hoping that's just the start.
She has raised the bar when it comes to working from home. I mean, that's an art form.
Yeah, I mean, and looks really tasty. It looks delicious.
Great to see. Okay, just ahead in sports, another good season for Augusta Prep soccer with the girls and boys teams heading to the